The hiatus is over. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Episode 24. We left off with them, escaping with Terapagos. Has now left the... not the pendant. Not the pendant. I would say not the Pokeball, but the pendant. So, that's interesting. And I think now they're finally gonna go to Rico's mom. My guess is that this episode 24, I think it's gonna be like the calm before the storm. I think they're gonna arrive at to the castle where Rico's mom is, like Galarian Castle. And I actually finished Pokemon Sword. You can check out my Let's Play. So I actually have finished that game finally, and I do not remember anything like Galarian Castle. So this could be pretty interesting to see where it actually is in the show. What else? Yeah, but I don't think we're actually going to see Rico's grandmother this episode. I think they're just gonna arrive to the castle. Then episode 25 is when we get her mother. Her grandmother. I don't think maybe Amethyos is gonna attack. No, I think they're gonna save Amethyos attacking in the grandmother episode. Yeah, that's what I think. So I think this is gonna be just like a calm episode. Now, for the comments on episode 23. By Duplin, both of the comments are by Duplin. That one episode where Misty got a Golduck was the whole reason I liked it in the first place. It alone made me think it must be the strongest Pokemon. Also, what are you talking about? Beedrill probably has the highest win ratio of all. Nobody has a choice but to run away from it every time. Yeah, outside, like Beedrill, the Beedrill swarms are really good in the Ash show. The actual episode where Ash's Kakuna evolves into not Kakuna, Metapod evolves into a Beedrill to Butterfree is like the reason I love Beedrill so much. So I know exactly what you mean when it comes to the Golduck thing. But when it comes to the actual, when it comes to actual battles, Beedrill didn't do the best. But I don't know. I still think that Beedrill had a good showing in the show, even though it meant it was always just them like walking into a bush and then a Beedrill popping up and then having to run away. I like that gag. I will say that. I actually like the Beedrill gags in the Ashime. But I don't know. When Ash caught a Beedrill, I was so excited, and then he gave it away. Like the same episode, he never used it. And I was like, pain in my chest. Let's see, the other comment. They implied that every time they use Leaf Edge, they were also using Sweet Scent because of the sparkles. And Fuecoco was smelling it at timestamp. Pretty stupid that they only said it once at the start though, but it would get repetitive if you said it each time. I agree with that it would get repetitive, which is why I was thinking that they could say it, the first time, and then maybe like one or two more times. Because to me, it became very repetitive of just Leaf Edge, Leaf Edge, Leaf Edge. There was no like breakup in Liko just saying the words Leaf Edge. So I think putting in like Sweet Scent a little bit here and there would have helped a lot. But I think you agree with me, judging by your comment. I think that the pendant will have belonged to Lucius's wife, also known as Liko's ancestor. Maybe Rayquaza killed her, lol. Also, I think the evil guys should just focus on stealing Pikachu much easier. Yeah, maybe. This Pikachu, the Galarian, Captain Pikachu. Maybe we can get like, if they ever decide to introduce like Team Rocket-like characters, maybe it could be like a one-off villain. They have like, it's a man and a woman, and maybe like where's the Gen 5 cat? Like an Alolan, a Galarian Meowth. And they try to capture Captain Pikachu, and they get blown away. And then it's just like a one-off episode. I think that would be a fun little reference to Team Rocket, while also getting someone to capture a Pikachu and then getting blasted away. I would not want to see any of the characters we've seen in the anime in this show. I kind of want this to be like its own thing outside of that. But we'll see what they do. Yeah, also the fact that it might actually be Lucius's wife that is her ancestor. Well, I guess it will also mean that Lucius is her ancestor as well, right? But because I mean, if Lucius's wife is Lico's ancestor and Lucius and that girl and the wife had a child, that means that Lucius is her ancestor as well. So whoever Lucius had a kid with, that is also Lico's ancestor. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't think they'll gonna go into it. I think it's just gonna... Oh, wait. Maybe Rakwa means... Oh, God. Now when you said that, I was like, wait, maybe Rakwa isn't actually the name of Rayquaza, as I thought. Maybe Rakwa is actually the name of his wife. Oh my God, if that's the case, then... A brain blast just happened right there. Alright. In my mind, that's the case now. Rakwa is actually not Rayquaza. It is the name of his wife. And that's why Galarian Moltres was like sad. And where he said like, oh, we're gonna get him back. Or like, we're gonna find... Jesus Christ, that might actually be the case. Anyways, enough dilly-daddling. Let's go into the episode. Yeah. Galarian Fire. I will say, I think the English names on the Pokemon tend to be better than the Japanese ones. Especially in the earlier generations. I think the English localization team did a good job. Wait a minute, Liko, you kinda knew about this. Or maybe she didn't know that it was disguising herself as a gem. Maybe she just thought that it was stuck. Or like, it was inside the gem and not disguising itself. Well, sure, got it, boss. I also like how Captain Pikachu's voice. I like that it's pretty different from Ash's Pikachu. Like, it's more deep. Alright, packing some provisions. Hopefully those berries are pretty firm, so that the berries on the bottom don't start leaking. You're like, you know what? Oh, wait. Wait. What's happening here? It's a little bit sad. I mean, maybe it's a little bit like... It feels like a little bit, like, you know what? If I do my best, are you gonna give up? Because I don't think Sprigatito is jealous of Terapagos. Maybe it's like, you know what? I actually really like this pillow. It's like, wait with your bitching. Yeah, Amethyst knows. I think Amethyst knows that you guys knew that it was a Pokemon. Knuckle City. Oh, are we gonna see B? Is she in Knuckle City? He's like, shut up. I'm not gonna. I don't care about your complaining. Huh. Okay, that's a pretty good Pokemon for you. A. Oh god, what is that Pokemon called? With. Oh! She actually has a Glalie. Oh, that's such. And she's riding. Okay, that's such a cool. I did not expect that. I was expecting her to maybe use like cute Pokemon and stuff like that. Alright. Has the power to part his hair. Very strong. Okay, so I think Amethyst is gonna attack them in this episode. And then when they meet the grandmother, they're gonna get attacked by 3 people. So that's gonna be very cool. Actually, I'm very hyped at the moment. I'm like, oh, hello you. Squawkabilly, I think. Oh, okay. I wonder if they do have a difference in the games. Like, if maybe their stats, depending on the color, is different. Or maybe the color of the parrots are dependent on their nature, which would, make them different. Oh, a Mugram and that Pokemon. I assume they are just... Or is it? Oh, it's a Stonejaw. Okay, I did not think it was a Pokemon. I thought it was just a thing, But no, it's that Pokemon. It would be really cool if it was her grandmother's Pokemon. But I think it's just a Pokemon that guards the old castle. Oh, okay. They didn't catch it. They knew they came here. Oh! Okay. I think the Gimo is there to protect the castle as well. Alright. Okay, so she's like explorer, a cave treasure hunter, like you said. Like maybe like an historian. Architect. Not architect. God, what is it called? Oh no, the word escapes me. The thing that Lara Croft is. Alright, is Amit just gonna figure it out immediately? She's like, alright. He is not angry. He said good job. So Amethios is actually a pretty good, like guy to follow, it seems. Like he doesn't. And I do think we're going to see him break. Maybe at them later on. Oh, and here's the Arcanine that we saw with the grandmother. Windy. There we go. Alright, we actually are seeing the grandmother in this episode. I was not expecting that. I was like for certain that would be like episode 25. Like the middle of episode 25, maybe like at the end. But no, we're actually getting the grandmother now. That's good. Diana, alright. Is that the first time we hear what the grandmother is actually called? Oh god, just hearing Liko just from the right ear is like, oh god. That was a little bit of like ASMR right there. I mean, let's say like even Sprigatito can shake her. It's like, your grandmother probably has some experience. Not only is she old, but it seems like she knows. Oh, and she also walks very like... Alright. It's like, it's just wild Pokemon. They decide if they want to live here and help, they can. So I wonder if this is like an abandoned castle that she just took over, or it actually is like hers, But I mean, I guess if it is an abandoned castle, and then you decide to, live there and all that, I guess you could say, Leon, it's yours now. No one else is using it. Just say, like, it transformed into a Pokemon. Okay, she knows. She's like, wait, you know about what's that? I guess Terapagos, like... Oh, okay. And I guess the Terapagos kind of recognized the grandmother, from the smell. That's why he smelled her, like, that's the woman who had me for like years or decades. Oh, alright. Okay. So I guess it is not a pre-evolution because of what they said. When it Terra evolves, it becomes that big shell, like she said. I've seen how that looks. And I also think that this might be like a pre-evolution, but now I'm convinced that it's not a pre-evolution. It's just how it looks, and then when it Terra evolves, it changes how it looks. A bit like Oberpon, with the masks. Yeah, he figured out. And that is a wild Stonejourner. I would have liked if it was her Stonejourner. Because I would kind of like, I'm guessing she probably only has an Arcanine. It's kind of like, okay. And I mean, she's living off just canned foods, it seems. Doesn't have time to cook. Maybe she doesn't have the resources to cook. Like, it probably doesn't have, like, well, I would say it probably doesn't have electricity. But we see that they have electricity. Maybe don't have like a gas. I just like, I don't want to put on a fire. Oh, okay. It looks very similar to young Liko. What else did you find? Like a journal, maybe, like she said? Is that where she saw? Alright, yeah. Alright. And she's like, wait, how did we have these? And why were they hidden in a suitcase? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so she actually did give up around 30 years. Okay. So she gave up on finding out about Lucius, but she never stopped with adventuring. She's like has discovered other things. Arcanine, Fire Spin. Like, and is glad that we now know about this. Especially since I'm a professor, you know. But don't call me one. Liko, are you gonna show? Are you gonna show your two? Yeah, maybe Terapagos' memories, or like the memories of those specific Pokemon, Olivia, Galarian, Fire as well. Okay, I mean, obviously, okay, no. Good job, Mimbrim. Like, protecting. Oh. Okay, maybe I was completely wrong then. It seems that Rakwa is a place, not a person. And they're gonna open the door and then Amethio's gonna be there. I mean, she obviously stopped with that before you were even born. Long before you were born. Alright. We have some intruders here. Oh no! A window is open. Be careful with the fire. But I mean, if it is a castle, you know, it's stone. So, don't be too careful. Oh, Gold! Are we gonna see Golduck do something, like, and not just get completely destroyed? It would be fun to see those two lackeys actually do something. It sounded like you said fuck. Like we have similar eyes. Mimbrim is just running, telling Terapagos, be careful, this is dangerous, they're dangerous. Alright, well. The way Terapagos is acting, it seems like it wants to go with. It could just be because of the eye shapes. Like Terapagos and Amethyos have like similar eye shapes. It's very different from everyone else in the show. Like every other human in the show, his pupils. And it does seem like maybe Terapagos is seeing something in Amethyos. And their names are pretty similar, Terapagos and Amethyos. So I wonder what's gonna happen there. Yeah, more things happened in this episode than I thought. I guess next episode we're gonna conclude this. And then maybe episode 26 or 27. So I think we're gonna get a couple episodes that's gonna be very, very intense. I thought it was a good episode. We got to meet the mom. Why do I say mom? The grandmother. And we got to know a lot about Rakwa. It's most likely a place that maybe Lucius was looking for. Like paradise, you know. And maybe they're gonna find out that it isn't paradise. The myths were wrong about Aqua. The place, that is. Or maybe it's kind of like the Black Rayquaza is like trying to stop people from finding Aqua. I don't know, we'll see. I'm just scrolling through the episode, finding out, you know, about the grandmother and the organization, why she sent Lika away, but I think we knew that earlier. Or we had the puzzle pieces to figure it out a lot earlier. Okay, I do think, is she going to, I think this, like, the Volt Tacklers are going to win. Like, obviously, I don't think Amethyos and his gang are gonna be able to get Terapagos, but I do think they will get the diary or the memoirs. I think they'll be able to get that. So I think it's not gonna be like a complete failure for them. It's gonna be a bit of a victory because they managed to get something that's pretty important. That's what I'm guessing. And it might be that they actually don't have electricity, because now when I'm looking through the episode, it seems like, you know, it's lit by fire. You know, it's fire because they have a lamp, but the lamp is not on. So it could be that, you know, it's just they don't have electricity in the castle. I don't know why that's like something that stood out to me, but it does. And all because she's eating canned foods. Thank you for watching, and I am very scatterbrained.